I want to share my story with you all and how I came to uncover and unleash euphoric evolution, what it actually is, and how you can fulfill your highest potential utilizing this process, utilizing this paradigm. Because euphoric evolution is not just something that you do to get to six-figure business or $1 million business or to create an empire. While those things are incredible byproducts of the process, it really has a much deeper purpose. How do we fulfill our highest potential through euphoric evolution? And why does this matter? You being in your highest potential is actually what contributes the most to the community and ultimately to society, humanity as a whole, and the ripple effects continue on into the ethers. I know on some level, we think I can't ever fulfill my highest potential because I am ever evolving, ever changing. And yes, that is true. But what we're talking about is you being the most yourself that you can be in any given moment. And that is ultimately what's going to be the most serving to humanity. I also think it's important for you to understand how this benefits you, because as human beings, we are self-serving and there is nothing wrong with that. But when you do what is in your own highest alignment, that is the most serving for everyone. We never think about what is it that I'm actually losing by continuing to say yes to these things that are misaligned. Everything that's misaligned and anything that's misaligned for you starts to fall away. And it can feel very frantic. You're feeling scattered all over the place and don't even know what to do because you ignored all of the signs, not necessarily just externally, but also internally. You kept saying no to the things that were aligned for you. And then guess what? You still have to pay the cost. So in this instant, that was like a literal cost, meaning having to pay team members who were staying on longer than they should have and on projects that weren't aligned. And so then there's a debt of I have to pay off these people, or getting into an agreement with a client. I had this experience myself where I actually didn't want to work with a client and allowed them to convince me to take them on as a client. And within 90 days, it was like one of the worst experiences of my life. And it didn't just cost me that client, it actually cost me other clients as well, because my energy was not just drained, but frustrated, angry, like resentful being in this relationship that I had agreed to. What is misalignment costing me right now? Like maybe it's costing you your joy. Maybe it's costing you your sanity. Maybe it's costing you sleep at night. Maybe it even feels dirty because it feels like you're selling your soul in order to have something that isn't actually aligned for you. I want to be clear and say that I also am not saying that everything that's misaligned, you need to get rid of all at once. So I do see a lot of people who are like, oh, if your job is misaligned, you need to just quit your job and go start a business. Please do not do that. Do not do that unless, there's a caveat here. There's a caveat. Unless you are the type of person that actually like that's aligned for you to be, and like you thrive under that sort of pressure. But for most people, having a certain type of stability and safety will actually be more expansive for you. So instead of trying to build a business, there's actually something that's coming in that's sustaining you, and you're able to take your time and build things in the right way. When I'm saying right way, I don't mean that there's just one right way. In the way that's in alignment for you. Whether that takes you 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, the time isn't important. The alignment is what matters. Alignment is the thing that matters.